Hello, we are discussing frequently asked questions or interview questions of C++. The next question is, what is function overloading? What is function overloading? Function overloading means defining multiple functions with the same name but different prototype. Means the function may be having same number of arguments, names are same, and the number of arguments may be different. Or if they have the same number of arguments, argument types will be different. So, suppose I have a function void f like this, and another function void f say int, and another function void f int or void f int double. Like this, function name is same f only, but the arguments are different. This doesn't have any arguments, this has single argument, two arguments, this also has two arguments, but the second arguments are, so somewhere the prototype should be different. Name will be same, but prototype is different. This is called function overloading. The purpose is, actually the function of each of these purpose is different. Each of these functions, they have the same name, but their purpose is different. But still they have the same name. So the idea is not to invent new functions. Because if I give 4 names here, f1, f2, f3, f4, that means I have 4 functions here. Like this, a lot of functions will be there, and remembering those those so many names might be difficult, hard to remember, because if the number of functions increase. And one more thing is, there is some kind of similarity, though it's not exactly same, there is some similarity between these functions, similar functions. The functions names are same, the prototype is different, arguments are different, but purpose is similar. In such case only we use function overloading. So mostly it is for similar functions. Similar functions, but arguments may be different. Maybe float or integer or something else, 2 arguments, 3 arguments, like that. We will do an example to understand this. We will have a sum function, suppose, void sum. It has 2 arguments, int x comma int y. So what will this function do? Display the sum x plus y end line. So this sum function has 2 arguments, integers. Display the integers and by sum. Then there is one more function with 1 integer and 1 float, int x double y. Okay, a sum and all, yeah, it can do, not a problem. Okay, let's put 2 different things. Double x double y x plus y. This function adds integers, this function adds double numbers. And there is one more function, sum only, same name, but 3 integers, suppose, int x, int y, int z, display sum of all the 3, x plus y plus z and line. Add all the three and display. So how many we have? We have integer addition, double addition, then 3 integers addition. We have 3 functions. Now how do we use this in sum, in main? If I say sum 10, 20, the first function is called. So when I say sum 20, there are multiple functions here, function overloading. Then how does the compiler differentiate between those two functions? Means depending on the arguments. This has 2 integer arguments. That is the first sum function which has 2 integer arguments. That function is invoked. So result is 30 will display. Now if I say sum 10.5, 25.4, both are double or float. So now the second version is invoked, double function is invoked. So whatever be the sum, that is 25.9 is displayed. So in this case, int function is invoked. Sum int function is invoked. In this case, sum double function is invoked. So the compiler decides which function to invoke depending on the arguments. Suppose there is one more, sum 10, 20, 30. In this case, compiler invokes 3 integers function. In this case, 3 integers function is invoked. So the result is 60. Sum is displayed. So depending on the arguments, 3 arguments. So 3 arguments function is, sum function is invoked. Suppose I give sum 10, 20, 30, 40. 4 arguments. 4 arguments function is not there, I have not defined, so compiler gives error. So like that, whatever we have defined, if we make a call, if that is already there in the whatever multiple function, overloaded functions, it will call. If it is not there, if it is not available there, then it says not defined. So this is a function overloading.